This episode of Says Who is brought to you by you. That's right, you. Through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. That's our Patreon, where pretty much every Sunday you get this all over again. You get me and Maureen doing a little thing that we call the Town Watch. Which is essentially this, just a half an hour and a lot looser, which is hard to wrap your head around, but true. You get that if you give it the $5 a month level. Throw another $5 on top of that, and you get a sticker in the mail. Every month, you get something that I make for you, get made, sent. They're always fun. I just got the June one finished up. It's
so good.
It's a real cracker.
It's another playset.
It's a playset. It's a good one.
The playsets are my favorites.
Anyway, you can get those sent to you. The thing is, you got to just get in it. To get them, you got to get in it. You can't ever get them again, except in kind of random things like the sticker stocking and stuff, but you don't get control at that point. Anyway, all of that available to you at patreon.com/says.
Whoa. People love whistling.
Who?
So I have an actual book thing.
Whoa, okay.
If you're listening to this on the day it's released, so on Wednesday,
yeah,
the 24th, the 25th, or the 26th,
yeah,
and you go to barnesandnoble.com, you can pre-order the Velvet Knife if you have to have a membership or a premium membership.
Okay.
It's just like you're in I think the one is free, or I don't know. If you have the membership, you can pre-order it for 25% off if you're a member.
Sheesh.
And 35% off if you're a premium member. You go to barnesandnoble.com.
45% off if you give proof of killing a man.
No, we don't say that. You go to barnesandnoble.com, you order it, you put in the code preorder25, and you get it when it comes out, and you've saved 25 to 35%. barnesandnoble.com, preorder 25 until Friday. And if you are on NetGalley and listening to this today on Wednesday, you could still put in a request to read the Velvet Knife on NetGalley. This request shuts down at the end of Wednesday. They're opening only a tiny window. It's like whoop, whoop, and it's shut.
All right.
They were only going to open it for 24 hours.
Holy
I was going to open it for 48. So they're opening it for 48 hours and they're shutting it down.
All right.
So you know what to do. You have barnesandnoble.com, you have Twitter 25.
Yeah. Yeah. Do those things. Don't kill
I have the
them.
membership.
I was joking about the killing people. Don't do that. It's not a good thing to do. It's a good thing to read about. Murder books.
I was sniffly today.
You are sniffly.
Yeah.
Anyway, you should do the things that Maureen just said, but you should also go to kickbezosintheballs.org. That's our own little bookshop where we have all kinds of things that you can buy. Books we've mentioned on the podcast, and you can really pretty much order any book. And we get a little bit of that, and you're not supporting a, piece of shit dude. That's at kickbezosintheballs.org. And hey, I've got other things you can do on the internet. You can go to merch.sayswhopodcast.com, where we sell all kinds of Says Who merchandise. You can go to shop.dansinker.com, where I have literal piles of hats that I would love to send to you. And also, and most importantly, I would love if you were listening to Rebel Spirit Podcast, the podcast I do with the one, the only Akilah Hughes, the 6th episode, 6 of 10, out this week. It's a doozy. I like this one a lot. We talked to a fucking brigadier general of the army.
Wow.
Who hates the goddamn Confederacy more than anyone. And it's a joy. It is a real joy of a conversation.
It's good to know those people exist.
He exists. It is a real good episode. I would love if you went and listened to it. That's at rebelspiritpodcast.com, or really wherever you get your podcasts. It's all over those shits. So do that.
Oh man, it's so good reading your book on floating along and
hey, Maureen?
Yeah?
Are you Are you floating in the reflecting pool?
Yeah, I just thought I'd give you a call. I made a float of some old coolers I found, and
Okay.
I'm reading a book. It is, it's sort of like everyday St. Patrick's Day here. It's really kind of zany, and look, and there's just bits of it's kind of floating here. I'm going to reach in and get one of these.
I don't think you should do. Oh, listen to that. That's the police.
Yeah. Excuse me. No, I'm just floating.
Oh.
And I was just getting some. I'm just getting. It was
Maureen,
floating there. I thought it was trash.
Are you getting?
It's pink.
Are you getting arrested? Oh, apparently yes.
Hey, call Dad.
Huh?
Dad, call my lawyer.
You have a lawyer?
My cooler. Get off my foot. Get off
you have a lawyer I can just call?
Get off my. Damn it.
You got arrested.
End scene. Welcome.
That was very realistic.
Yeah, it really was, wasn't it?
It was when the police siren started was really when I was like, oh, boy.
Should we do it again? Do you want to do it again?
No, it's fine.
No, everybody loves it. Everyone knows I'm like, I'm training. Welcome. This says who? The podcast is not a podcast.
It's a coping strategy. I'm Dan Sinker.
I'm Maureen Johnson.
You're dying.
Oscar and I are having another bout. When I was in England the other week, I had one of the worst allergy attacks I've had in years.
Okay.
And then I got home and it leveled out. And then yesterday we had a huge rainstorm here and it kicked in last night. And then my throat started burning again. And it was like, oh, here we go. Oscar's eye got real puffy. He started sneezing like crazy. So whatever's in the air, we are extremely allergic to it.
Wow. Good thing you've got your window wide open right there.
Oh, that's why I have my air purifier. Hello, I'm working. I clean the air for you. Clean is my job.
You're working that hard.
Clean. You don't even understand how much that was I took away. That was so much more. I'm Icelandic.
I was sneezing right before we started recording, but then it cleared up. I am mostly Maureen Johnson. Happy to be chatting with you because I was not entirely sure that was going to be possible because I had a tooth yanked out of my head yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm running out of teeth.
Yeah, it turned to RFK at this rate.
Yeah, but that one was a wisdom tooth that they've been telling me forever, like, you got to get rid of that thing. And then in the last couple of weeks, it was like, oh, I got to get rid of this thing.
Did you have to go under for a...
No, it's not impacted or anything. It was just like, just cavity riddled.
Oh, I had to go under. I had all four taken out.
No, I mean, I've reached my old age with all of my wisdom teeth. So I'm less evolved than most. But yeah, this one had to go. And I was a little worried because I was like, they're going to, like, I don't know that I'm going to be able to talk, but you know what? It's fine.
Really?
Like,
that's great.
Yeah, it's like completely fine. I'm just taking like a Tylenol. It's not bleeding. It's all good. So happy to see you.
I have the dentist on Thursday, and as you know, my teeth are made of sand. But I've been studying up. I'm ready.
Been studying up on...
I water pick like a mad fucker.
Okay.
I have one of those water jets.
Yeah.
I brush my teeth. I have like the best electric toothbrush I could buy. I use the fluoride rinse.
Yeah.
And do you know you can just buy dental instrument kits at any CVS or...
You mean like drills and shit? What do you mean dental instrument kits? Oh no, she's left.
Hold on.
Oh boy.
Bye. Oops. Stuff's falling. Okay, look at what you can buy. It's $5. You can get like one of these. It's real sharp.
Okay.
And then there's like another sharp one.
Okay.
And then like a little mirror so you can
What the hell?
You can like bite like your teeth. Like, yeah.
I don't think that you should be just buying full-on dental tools over
Why?
the counter. It seems like a
Why?
bad idea.
You can just have them.
It seems like not the best idea in the world.
Well, actually, they're pretty handy for other things. I used this the other day. It was easy to get because I used it for painting.
No, hold on. No, if you're using mouth tools for non-mouth uses, do not use the mouth tool.
Well, I'm not using it
anymore. You can't use it for painting.
I actually never used this, and it's only now for painting. Like I used it to do the edging.
God,
it's a very nice little sharp thing that you can do. Is I painted our major big window. We have a big window in our living room. I painted it green, and then I did the frame. And Oscar's like, I like it, but I think the frame is too dark. And so I had to re-primer the whole fucking thing the next day and redo the edging. Then I pulled out my little tool and I did all the little tiny.
But you came out with the claimed mouth tool that's now only a painting tool. You came with the other mouth tools, which implies to me that you're storing them all together.
Well, yeah,
that thing needs to go in the paint box now.
That's where
that
they
is
are.
A paint tool. They're all in the paint box?
Yeah.
What?
Because I'm just using them as like tools. Like this little mirror you can use to check around things. And
okay.
Yeah, I just use them to kind of prod things now.
So you mean you've set this whole conversation up as these are your mouth tools, but they are not mouth tools by any means now.
I said you could buy them.
All right.
I didn't say what you had to use them for.
Okay.
I think if you listen back to the tape, you'll say you could buy them.
Okay.
Which I did. And then
implicit in that was that they were mouth tools.
That's what they're labeled as. But you can do whatever you want with your stuff once you buy it.
True.
Once it's your stuff, you can do whatever you want with it.
It's true. That's the cardinal rule of stuff.
I get the job done, Dan. Remember that time I lost my Borgen DVD and the DVD player and I opened it up with a hammer?
A hammer, yeah, you did it. You did the
thing.
It. Yeah.
I got it out. That Borgen DVD was really hard to get. It was the only way you could watch Borgen for a while.
Okay. There you go.
What?
That was a real conversation killer.
Listen, remember that guy I used to hire all those people to do stuff, and I have more stuff to do. And I hired that one guy
who was a former spy.
No, that was a different guy. That was the guy who said he was on several government watch lists and that he had a plan to break into Blue Apron for a new box idea.
Yeah,
that was a different guy.
Okay,
this was a guy I hired to do some like installation of something. Like I needed someone with a heavy duty drill. And as he was talking, he told me that he lived in his car and that he just didn't want to be traced. And then he accidentally drilled the cover of his toolbox into my floor.
As one does.
Mm-hmm.
As one does.
Dan?
Yeah.
You take the good, you take the bad. Take them both in there you have. Yeah.
Facts of life.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm pretty, I don't run anybody following me, so I live in my car, and I just watched him drill that fucker, screw it right into the floor.
Didn't he notice?
Eventually.
Yeah, when he tried to leave.
I kind of didn't want to point it out to him.
His toolbox was attached to your floor.
When the guy is talking about he's worried about the government, you don't want to point out the fact that he just drilled the lid of his own equipment. Then there was the time that when I moved into this place and I hired movers to move our stuff over, they managed to lose a bookcase that was 6 foot by 6 foot. They lost it.
What?
I was like, as they were leaving to go, I was like, where's my giant ass bookcase? And they're like, what giant ass bookcase? I was like, the one that is the giant ass bookcase that is about 6 foot by 6 foot and has the cubes in it. And they're like, and they went, for a while. They're like, I don't know, that's not our, we never saw it. And so we called security, and security looked at the tapes, and they're like, yeah, they just kind of left it in the trash area, and it got picked up.
Oh, Jesus.
And then they also broke another bookcase of mine on the way in. And I said, and the guy was trying to intimidate me because he was kind of big, and he was like, well, you're not going to tip us now or whatever. And so I tipped them. I was like, just to get them to go because they were basically trying to intimidate me. And then I wrote the company a letter that was like, I will ruin you. I will ruin you. The guy, not only did he lose my stuff and break my stuff, he then tried to intimidate me. But Dan, there was one more thing.
Okay.
They had to come back an hour later because they accidentally left their big expensive toolbox, the big Milwaukee.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, can we left our toolbox in one of our dollies in here. Can we have it back? I was like, take your stuff.
Should have
Should've
been like,
kept
I
it.
don't know what happened to it.
I don't know what happened to it, guy. You must. I don't know. It must still be on your truck.
Maybe you left it with my bookshelf.
I honestly think if it had been useful to me, I would have. Although I didn't want to fuck them over because what if it was that person's own tools or something? And it was a different guy, and I was like, I'm not going to ruin your stuff. But
I once had some not very good work done on my car, and they left a really nice screwdriver in my car, and I was like, well, at least I got this, and I still have it to this day. I have a snap-on screwdriver that they left in my car. I know.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes life gives you.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I got this now.
Let me tell you something, Maureen Johnson. I got a hot game tip for you.
Oh, all right.
It was Father's Day this weekend, and the older one gave me a couple of games on Steam. And one of them, well, they're both very good, but one of them is fantastic.
What is it?
It's called Dredge, and it's a creepy fishing game. You drive around these islands in a little boat, and it's real, and it's creepy. All the islands, everyone's kind of not quite telling you everything. At night, this fog rolls in, and it's like an evil fog, and you gotta kind of not go out at night. It's great. And you get to fish.
That sounds awesome.
I know. You can pull up these weird mutant fish, and you dredge the bottom to get stuff up from shipwrecks and stuff. It's really good. It's fun. It's chill. Like it's a horror game, but it's by no means stressful. Like it's a real chill ride. But
it's like just hanging out in a slightly creepy place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's actually very funny because I've been playing it kind of obsessively for the last few days, which I really need to not be doing because I have so many things to do. And then last night, Janice and I started Widow's Bay, and it opens in a boat with a bunch of fog around it, and I was all, "This is my game."
Yeah, it's so good.
We only made it through part of the first episode because we started it quite late, but it was great.
There's a surprise Chris Fleming in one of the episodes. That's the real tall, weedy comedian who's very, very funny.
Okay.
He just showed up when I was already in love with it, and I was like, "Whoa, surprise Chris Fleming!"
Is the lead character the guy from The Americans?
Yes,
that's what I thought.
He's Welsh, and when he becomes his Welsh stuff, he's like, "Oh, hello." Like he becomes more happy when he's Welsh. He's very good. One of the things I like about the show that the creators talk about now that season 1's over and season 2's already good to go. They said we basically built not just this story, but this sandbox of stories and people that we can play with. This island is really there's so many things that start to happen.
Yeah.
That there's so many ways that they can take it, and interpersonal things that happen and funny, like sort of they're side questy, but they come back. It's very good. And there's just an episode where one of the characters just gets her own truly extraordinary arc. They really take it a lot of different ways. That's very fun.
I like it. I'm excited to take part. But yeah, suddenly there was a moment last night where I was like, everything I do is creepy fishing.
You know what I was thinking about, Dan?
What?
I'm going to reveal it now.
Okay.
I couldn't reveal it earlier because it's not happening.
Okay.
You know this, that I had been approached to audition for the Traitors new season.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. It really happened.
I forgot about that entirely.
Yeah.
This is true, everyone.
Yeah.
This is a true fact.
When I was in Mexico, I got these messages from someone that said they were a casting director. And if you've ever sent me an Instagram message, I'm so sorry. I'm 500 messages behind. I have someone who's coming on to help me, an assistant that I'm actually going to be able to answer messages now and get stuff done. It's very exciting. But I was like, whatever. And I ignored it. And I was like, is this real? And I looked them up. I was like, oh, this person really is, but whatever. And because I don't watch reality TV. I've watched the English Traders because that's great,
Yeah.
but I've never watched the American one. And I was like, whatever, I don't want this. But she called my publicist. Finally, I was like, this is real. And so I was in Mexico, and I was like, I guess I'll do the call. And I called her, and she's like, yeah, we just thought you might be an interesting candidate, and could we set up a Zoom audition? And it's like,
this is so crazy.
I was like, okay. And then I went, and I was filled with dread, you guys. I was genuinely almost ill about it, and I didn't want to get it because the thought of doing it really made me kind of sick.
Yeah.
Reality TV is not my thing.
Yeah.
That stuff is not really for me. But at the same time, I was like, it's Traders. It is like that mystery kind of murder mystery game. Like, I know why they're talking to me, but this is weird, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable. And so what I said was, I will do this audition, and I will just tell them the truth, and then I'll let the chips fall where they may. Because they were like, and then if you get this, you get flown out for this. And they kind of talked about all the steps that happen. And it's like, oh my God, like there's a psychological test. I had to sign something, but I think it was only like I would forfeit my spot if I talked about it or whatever. Well, I don't care. Like, I didn't get it. I know that they must be working on it now. So I did this audition, and they asked me things like, would you be willing to like really, rat people out? And I said, not really. Like I'm like, I would be willing to play a game. I'd be willing to play a game.
Yeah.
I'm not interested really in fucking people over for money.
I mean, that's a problem with the whole premise then.
I was like, but if I pledge to give all the money away if I want any money, like 50% to a food bank and 50% to an animal charity, then I would be okay with it, but I'm not going to be a dick. I'm like, I would just play the game straight, and I would, I think I'd be pretty good at just feeding people stories or listening. I'm like, I do a lot of listening. And I was like, here's who you get, everybody. And then I never heard from them again, which is great. And I got
ghosted.
I got ghosted, and I am genuinely relieved because the thought, I don't know if I would have accepted it. I felt like I would have had to.
Yeah.
Because they're like, the amount of, what it would do for your books. I was like, would it? I guess. I don't want to. I don't like this. I don't like it. It makes me feel queasy.
That would have been amazing, though.
Yeah, and everyone was like, oh, it'd be so great. I was like, in theory, but in reality, you're on reality shows, and all they are is evil. They're no good.
I haven't watched the American one, but it seems like they crossed the line into like, we have a smattering of regular people, and then we have like Real Housewives and shit like that.
It was mostly reality stars. So I had to watch a couple episodes, and I was like, this is awful. But they seem to be rebooting it, and they were like, we're putting more normal people on it.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to make it more like that. That's what they told me.
More like the English one.
Yeah. I guess NBC, I'm just saying, you called me. And you said no, and I'm fine.
And this story is going to be marred slightly by my inability to remember the dude's name. But I was kind of hoping it was going to go like this, which was back in the Punk Planet days. This guy pitched a story. He was all, hey, MTV is doing open casting for MTV News. And I think it would be hilarious if I did like a travel log of that experience of going. He was like, I think he lived in Indiana. He was like, I'm going to go to the Indianapolis one, and I'll write a travel log. And I was like, well, that sounds fun. Sure. And then at one point he wrote back, and he was all, yeah, so I just got advanced. So I don't think I can write the story yet, but it's going to be hilarious when I do, because what a crazy experience. And then he wrote again, and he was like, so I just made another round on this. And then he eventually got the job. And then he did not write the story. And I kind of thought that was going to be like for you. You were going to be like, well, I'm just going to write it and see what happens. And then suddenly, next thing you know, you turn on the TV and there's Maureen Johnson in a hood.
Yeah, they said, no, thank you. Because I really
sad.
I was like, also, you're really kind of blocked from communication.
Right.
They really they really lock you down. And I was like, ooh, that doesn't sound great. I would feel very uneasy about not being able to reach my family.
Yeah, there's that.
And I talked to them about it. I was like, do they make, they're like, well, maybe. And you have like a handler and you're like, it sounds like they run it pretty well, but it sounded really not for me. But it was one of those things that I was like, do I have to do this because capitalism? Like, do I have to?
It was not a thing that would have been good for you, but it would have been great for me. I would have loved that shit. Sometimes I'd like you to think about me a little more.
I did it. Well, I did. You said you have to do the audition. I did.
I know. Maureen called me from Mexico. I thought like someone had died. You were like, hey, can you talk? I was like, oh no, what's going on?
I said, so I got this note.
Yeah, you were like, I need your advice. And I was like, do it. I'll love that.
I really thought everybody was going to say no, and everybody was there was like, you have to say yes. And I was like, boy. Genuine horror on my part.
I know, but think of how much I would have liked that.
I know. Well, that's what, I did.
I would have loved watching that, being like, that's my friend.
And some people that watch
my friend's on that show.
How do you play the interview? And I was like, I'm just, look, man, this is what you get. Do you like it? I was a little zany on the call. I will admit, Dan, I was
really
maybe a little zany. Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
But I was direct. I was like, no, I'm not going to fuck anybody just because. No, I don't think that'd be. Yeah, I would like to just figure it out.
The thing about you on that show is you would have been eliminated in the first night. Why? Because everyone would have said, oh, she writes mysteries. We need to get rid of her because either she's killing us. I just think that you would have a skill set that would be very threatening to not just like, I don't think anyone would want to align with you.
Why?
Even though the smart thing would have been to align with you. Right.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they do that?
Because I think it would be threatening because everyone else is a dumbass.
That's not true. And I don't watch reality TV. I don't know. All I would know is I would just kind of, you know what you do? You just let people talk. Just let people talk.
Yeah.
Just listen. And apparently that's not what they want, is a listener who sits there and goes, say more.
Well,
now you know my secret.
I love that. I love that. I had forgotten 100% about that.
It was a weird stuff kept happening at the top of this year.
Yeah, that was like 6 months ago.
That came in Mexico, and that was one of the things that was happening as I was waking up at 5:30 every morning to finish that book, and that was the deadline I completed from baggage claim.
Right.
And then I hit send from baggage claim, then rented a car because the snow had shut off all the trains and drove like a bat out of hell to get my dog with 5 minutes to spare.
There you go. There you go. Well, Maureen Johnson, I feel like we should perhaps discuss.
Oh, is there anything to discuss?
I feel like this week was a little gift to you and me. I have a question. I want to pose a theory.
Okay.
We are, of course, talking about the reflecting pool.
Mm.
And my theory is this. Of all the things this second Trump term, this is the most thing.
In the way of just being...
Just in the way of being the thing. Like,
of being a thing.
Every part is perfect.
Yeah.
It's like a fractal, right? Like you can just zoom all the way in, you can zoom all the way out, and all of the patterns are repeating the whole way through.
It is beautiful. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So I think the first thing is this man sets it up perfectly. He spends so much time in the weeks, if not months, leading up to this moment, criticizing the reflecting pool, singling out Obama and Biden and their attempts to fix the persistent problems that this kind of old pool has, which is largely seasonal algae blooms and leaking, right? He gloated about bringing his own pool experts in because this man knows pools.
Yeah.
Who could do what was, I believe, budgeted at one point for kind of a couple of $100 million. He could do that on the cheap. In fact, he said his pool guy was going to do it for like 1.4 million and could get it done in a week. That almost immediately went from $1 million to 14 million, and from 1 week to a number of weeks. He bragged that the liner they were going to be put on would be so strong that it would last for 100 years and wouldn't be able to pierce by a blade. It's like something from the Highlander. He's like, no blade known to man.
Yeah, there's no women with swords that are going to come out of it.
Nope. Those two things are important facts to hold in your head. 100 years, not be pierced by a blade.
Okay.
He went on, at one point, he bragged about the size of the reflecting pool by comparing it to things that were definitely not reflecting pools.
Like what?
He had a chart made up that showed that the reflecting pool, notably shallow and long and horizontal, was larger than famous skyscrapers, notably not pools, bigger than the Sears Tower, bigger than the New World Trade Center. His pool. He took an unexpected joyride down the middle of the pool with his entire entourage at one point. He chose a garish color of blue, which he dubbed American flag blue, which was very different than the existing bottom of the pool. Those pool guys, then we were treated to weeks of them hastily spray painting this blue liner, often not matching the color from one area of the pool to the next.
Cool.
In order to have the pool full by the big boy's birthday weekend.
The beaches will be open by summer.
At which point,
right?
It immediately created the largest algae bloom in the pool on record. The pool turned the color of the classic high C Ghostbusters tie-in flavor Ecto Cooler.
Yummy.
And so then they trotted out a bunch of dudes with gallon jugs of hydrogen peroxide that they just proceeded to dump into the pool.
Yeah, which killed a duck.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, like, they were poisoning the pool in the hopes of killing the algae.
Yeah, they poisoned it.
But also, like, that pool is 6.5 million gallons of water.
Right. How many trips to Walgreens is that?
That's a lot. That's a lot of hydrogen peroxide.
Oh, man.
So at that point, people started showing up to watch this whole insane shit show unfold. And then started posting videos of coming up from the green morass. Swatches of the blue pool liner lifting up.
Yeah, does it turn out that dumping hydrogen peroxide on this unstable surface might just cause disruption and loosening of...
I mean, there's all sorts of theories on what caused the pool liner to come up. I remember at the time there being people being like, that's going to come up. The way they're spraying that on, the fact that they're spraying it onto a thing that was at one point wet, all of this, that's going to come up. So was it the hydrogen peroxide? Was it just always going to happen? There's also questions about, did kind of choosing that dark blue color cook the water more so that the algae bloomed even further? Anyway, people start showing up, posting videos of this pool liner coming up in vast sheets. So then the park police start arresting random people for touching the water, which arresting people to a clean pool is the way to go, I think. And then, Maureen, as if this story couldn't be any more. We learned that the pool guy was a Cleveland-based businessman who also owns property next to Mar-a-Lago. And Maureen, I would love if you could describe this man.
Very simple. It's John Candy as Hercule Poirot. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Imagine that, the little slicked back black hair, the tiny little Poirot mustache, but it's a John Candy.
Yeah. He also, for wrestling fans, for kind of old school wrestling fans, the WWF, famous WWF undead wrestler, The Undertaker, at one point had a manager who would walk around with an urn. That manager's name was Paul Bearer. And this man looks just like Paul Bearer, like a remarkably amount of like Paul Bearer.
He definitely looks like he's wearing a disguise.
Yeah, I mean, he really is. It looks like a Halloween costume. And I've seen a couple of photos of him now. And each one kind of looks like he's wearing a Halloween costume. Like a gangster Halloween costume.
Fun.
His name is John J. Carafo.
Mm-hmm.
He's a businessman from Cleveland. Prior to this, he was notable for pleading guilty in 2001 to a conspiracy to bribe Representative James Traficant Jr., Democrat of Ohio. He later turned and testified against him at trial.
Okay.
His family business is developing shopping centers.
Right.
According to the article, he branched into other industries, including aerospace and apparently pools, where his company is called, Maureen Johnson, Green Water Services.
I gotta go, Dan. So I'm gonna leave. Bye. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take my dental tools with me. Because no, it isn't.
It is.
Is this our Four Seasons total landscaping?
I mean, it's very different, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. There are many moments where, had you wrote it, you would get notes back saying this is too on the nose.
Cut it with the pool stuff.
And I do think naming your company Green Water Services,
right, when
immediately after filling the pool, the water turned shocking green.
They did the job.
Can you sue? I don't know that you can. I think you will show up to court and they'd be like, we're Green Water Services. Services rendered, motherfucker. You're paying our legal fees.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, between the chemicals that they've been dumping in and fleets of folks with walking around in hip waders sucking the algae out, they did manage to get the pool color down to something approximating blue for a minute. But one of my favorite things about this is that there is actually a webcam installed at the top of the Washington Monument, looking out toward the Lincoln Memorial. So dead center is the reflecting pool. It's at earthcams.com. Find the Washington, D.C. one. And there's a distinctly green hue starting to form at the center of this pool again, Maureen. Like, distinctly green. Plus, close-ups show that there's, like, scum floating on it. And it's a bad situation. And so, of course, Maureen Johnson, having spent weeks claiming complete ownership over this reflecting pool, he's now saying that this entire debacle is not his fault.
Sure. Why would it be?
Well, this is why. Talking to reporters yesterday, he said, somebody said they put fertilizer in the water. If you put fertilizer in the water, you get algae. But someone said they might have put fertilizer. They did something to create the algae.
Right.
Very famous vandalism method of algae creation.
Absolutely.
You know. Meanwhile, here on Earth, reporters from the New York Times talk to experts. They say experts on the pool who said the stagnant shallow water is a petri dish for algae and that duck droppings and phosphate in the water already act as a natural fertilizer.
Okay.
So it's probably
What about
the
that
ducks
pool?
that they killed.
Okay, what about the pool liner coming up?
Well, the pool liner, also not his fault, Maureen.
Okay.
He said, I can't help it if somebody goes in with a knife and starts hacking it up. Probably a box cutter or a knife of some kind.
Is that the pool liner you can't pierce with a blade?
No blade hewn by man can pierce it.
Right.
Yeah, he I believe the first time he mentioned this idea that vandals had gone in with a knife, it was 150-foot slash. It's grown in size in his retelling to now I think 300 or 400 feet long,
Sure.
which is a long, like 300-foot gash.
That's a sneaky vandal.
That is a sneaky vandal. I mean,
that's so
said,
sneaky.
There have been some sneaky vandals around.
Sure.
Considering that right at the base of the reflecting pool, somebody using weed killer or some other type of herbicide created the numbers 8647 in the grass right there, and they are huge.
Yeah, those are like fucking crop circles.
I really don't understand how that was done.
That's alien. Yeah. Well, that is pretty sneaky.
It's extremely sneaky.
That's sneaky. Hey.
So there are some vandals, but in this case, it feels like the call is coming from inside the house. They are saying now that the pool will soon be drained.
Why?
For repairs. It's weird. It's weird that this thing that many administrations have attempted to repair and failed every time.
Right.
That his quickie, weird gangster looking friend and some guys with some spray liner were not able to fix.
Dan, he's good with narrow bodies of water. You know, the reflecting pool, the Strait of Hormuz, which I'd like you to know, is now closed again.
Yeah, you know.
He fixed the war, though.
He did?
He did say, however, that he will bomb the shit out of them and kill them all. So I don't...
Yeah. Is that how he does.
Okay, great.
I mean, he's got his best man on it. He's got J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
Negotiating this shit.
Yeah.
And speaking of J.D. Vance.
Okay.
And shit, Maureen.
Oh, boy.
I want to have a little story time with you. This is a story from the Wall Street Journal. The title: Everyone in Trump's cabinet is eating sauerkraut. Strap in, folks.
Okay, I'm ready.
This was published in the Wall Street Journal by Natalie Andrews. Thank you for this one, Natalie. A new diet is sweeping through President Trump's cabinet, and it involves heaping portions of sauerkraut. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, and Vice President J.D. Vance have all embraced the diet, drawn by the promise of slimmer waistlines and glowing skin. Now, first things first here, Maureen. I don't think that RFK Jr. is a real poster child for glowing skin.
Well, what I mean, define glowing.
True.
It's
true.
Radiant. It looks like it's been exposed to radiation. Is that radiant? Is that something?
It is. They all apparently have determined the health benefits outweigh the slightly sulfurous odors that have been the cause of some domestic friction. Within 30 days, I lost 20 pounds, Kennedy said in an event in Michigan this week. J.D. Vance is also on the diet, and you can see how different he looks. The diet is the brainchild of Dr. Sean O'Mara, who advertises his high-profile patients to eat fermented foods such as sauerkraut and kimchi alongside grass-fed steak and to abstain from alcohol and sugary food. O'Mara says the diet leads to a reduction in visceral fat, which wraps around organs, as well as more robust microbiome, which can help with digestion. Kennedy, 72, this is a real shocker. Kennedy, 72, was the first to convert.
Oh, why? Oh,
yeah. Weird. Lutnick, 64, and Duffy, 54, followed suit. Vance, 41. That man's an old 41.
Oh, it's a rough 41. He's 41.
He's 41 years old. Yeah. Committed to the diet for Lent earlier this year and has stuck with it. Okay. I tend to like to work with older people because the ROI is so much greater. It's like taking over a sinking ship, a company that is headed to bankruptcy, O'Mara said. He declined to discuss his patients, citing privacy concerns, but people familiar with the matter said Kennedy, Lutnick, and Duffy have all seen O'Mara. Kennedy began the diet about a year ago after meeting with O'Mara. Though he's sometimes turned off by the tangy and pungent taste of sauerkraut, he found the diet helped him shed fat and reduce aches and pains. He also credits it with eliminating the atrial fibrillations he had been experiencing. I'll go ahead and say it didn't do that.
Sauerkraut fixes AFib? Okay.
Yeah. The Trump administration officials on the diet have been known to trade tips when they are gathering at the White House. Online commentators recently remarked that Vance was looking thin in a photo posted earlier this month. Trump at times resisted cutting out unhealthy foods. At the NBA Finals earlier this month, he munched on pizza and French fries and drank Diet Coke. He loves a well-done steak with ketchup. Trump's campaign plane frequently stocked McDonald's cheeseburgers and Chick-fil-A sandwiches. O'Mara first started advising politicians and cabinet members during the second Bush administration as one of the physicians assigned to assist the White House. Here's the thing, Maureen. Is everyone that's like a doctor around the White House a fucking nutcase?
Yes.
Like that Ronnie Johnson dude or whoever, he was the doctor through the Obama administration. So this is not like unique to the Republicans. Anyway, now in private practice.
Every single one of them is Dr. Leo Spaceman. Yeah. Every single one.
I just don't understand how that happens. You would think you would get like the most competent.
Those people are not accepted, like me with the traders. Is like, no, thank you.
Now in private practice, he specializes in full-body MRIs, which look for fat that can be a risk factor for type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and metabolic syndrome. For snacking, O'Mara recommends, quote, old world cheese.
Okay.
I'd like you to snack on some old world cheese.
That's just okay.
Sure. The taste of home.
Old world cheese.
That includes blue cheese, gorgonzola, or Parmesan on a wheel.
So
which Lutnick eats plain without a cracker.
What? I mean, delicious, but
hanker for a hunk of cheese.
Slice or a hunk.
Lutnick first spoke about the diet with Kennedy when the two traveled to Colorado. Lutnick had stayed away from red meat for years, worried about cancer. Lutnick also gave up Diet Coke and has switched to plain iced coffee. This, Maureen, Vance has stayed committed to the diet, often eating eggs, sauerkraut, pickles, blackberries, and raspberries for lunch. And beef or lamb with sauerkraut for dinner.
Like together?
Yeah, just a little plate of eggs, sauerkraut, pickles, blackberries, and raspberries. He's a real salt of the earth, man of the people kind of guy. The level of farting involved has got to be remarkable.
I hope we didn't have to bring that up, but it's rough.
On Air Force 2, he snacks on grass-fed beef jerky or eats a hamburger with cheese, no bun, and a side of fermented vegetables. They're caught in a fucking tube in the air with this man. Just chowing down. The administration officials who adhere to the diet all have different ways of getting in enough fermented foods.
Oh.
Kennedy often travels with a stash of sauerkraut. Lutnick has started to make fermented vegetables at home in lieu of eating store-bought sauerkraut. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, a Republican, recalled bumping into Duffy last year and remarking that his skin was glowing. Here's a thing, Maureen.
Mm-hmm.
All these men are obsessed with like some sort of imagined masculinity.
Yes.
And yet they also walk up to each other and go, "Oh my goodness, your skin is glowing."
You couldn't. What are you doing? What's your routine? Tell me everything.
Duffy recommended that he see O'Mara, and now McCarthy is a convert. He told me I was the worst case he'd ever seen. Weird.
Of what?
I don't know. But he's so positive. He said, "You've got great potential." McCarthy recalled of his first meeting with O'Mara. McCarthy has said he's lost 4 inches around his waist. He talked up the diet to members of Congress. Okay, Maureen Johnson.
Okay.
I would like you to guess how much it costs to meet with O'Mara.
What is his thing? Like, he's a doctor? He's a
doctor.
Okay.
And you can meet with him. You can get an optimization plan, or you can have a direct consultation with him. I'd like you to take a wing at both of these.
All right. A consultation.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's something kooky. $5,000.
Higher.
$7,000.
Higher.
$10,000.
A direct consultation with O'Mara will cost you $18,000.
It's a good grift. Like, if you think of it, it's such a good grift.
Optimization plans at his practice start at $8,000. He offers to accompany clients to the grocery store to teach them about picking out fermented foods in the back of the refrigerator section, where there is less light that could degrade the nutrients and the living microbes.
Right. Sure.
O'Mara, getting emotional in an interview, said it's his life's calling. I bet it is. For $18,000 of a visit, that would be my fucking life's calling too.
Hey, Dan, what are you doing now, Dan?
I'm just telling people to eat kraut.
Sauerkraut is delicious.
It is. He said it's his life calling, noting that people say feeling healthy helps them communicate better and have more energy for a stressful job. Nothing will improve somebody's appearance more and their performance, he said. New dietary guidelines rolled out last year by Kennedy, and Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins for the first time recommended consumers for consuming fermented foods such as sauerkraut. And here's the final anecdote, Maureen.
Okay.
Cheryl Hines, Kennedy's wife, said last year that Kennedy wakes up at 6:30 every morning to cook steak and eat sauerkraut. We'll be in the car, dressed up. I'll have my little clutch, right? One of my good bags that I only take out every once in a while because I want to keep them nice, Hines recalled in an interview on Katie Miller's podcast. And he'll hand me a bag of sauerkraut and say, "Can you put this in your bag?" And I'll say, "I actually cannot."
Cheryl Hines.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean, we've seen her get left behind during the assassination attempt where they just ditched her.
Yeah.
You see her screaming in the background as RFK is handling live snakes on Dr. Oz's patio.
Yeah. He hands her a bag of sauerkraut. I guess he got to hand it to her that she said no.
So are they just housing it kind of room temperatures?
They're just eating kraut any way they can, Maureen. Just shovel it in.
Thing is, fermented food is good for you. It is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't
think that you need to pay $18,000 to be told don't eat carbs, eat grass-fed food.
For $17,000, I will go to the anybody wants for $17,000, I will go to the grocery store with them.
Wow.
And I'm a pretty good shopper, Dan.
Yeah, you are. Spider just dropped down in front of me.
Also, the commitment to ferment. I've thought about home fermentation.
Yeah.
But you need to burp those jars, and you have to store them. A New York apartment is really not the place to do a lot of home. Although I have a friend that does a little home fermenting, and it's just like a little jar on his counter.
I tried it once with a little jar that had like a little kind of watery tubey burper thing.
Right.
And then I decided I would just buy it.
And then I decided just to buy kimchi from people who knew how to make it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, all these folks fucking smell just insane. It's gotta be insane on an airplane.
I also want to point out that here are the things that they are now doing. They're wearing their little tiny Florsheim's.
Yep.
Or their great big Florsheim's. They have to wear the weird shoes he's picked for them.
Yep.
They have to only eat sauerkraut and burgers with no bun.
Yeah.
They have to watch the craziest shit happen and say nothing except that he's doing great.
Yeah.
Imagine what it really must be like. It's no wonder that 2 of them have straight up disappeared. We have completely lost a representative from New Jersey.
True.
Tom Keene, who has just ghosted the world, and all they will say about him is that he's in an undisclosed location. And also, Mitch McConnell has been gone for a week.
Yeah.
Not enough sauerkraut, too much sauerkraut.
Mitch McConnell's definitely not eating enough sauerkraut.
This is like what cults are like. This is like that cult where you had to hang out with the woman who said she was God every day and covered herself in Christmas lights and ate nothing but colloided silver and then died and turned purple.
Yes, it's just like that.
You get the weird. Listen, we're at the I'm always right, weird diet, separating from everything. We are only one cult step away from Trump separating everybody's couples and reorganizing them and marrying everyone's wife.
I mean, that part's true.
That is the last and that train is never late. So if there was a way that he could separate couples and then marry other people, but let's look for that sign. If you start to see couples breaking up, he's like, nope, you should be marrying that one.
Just smells insane.
Dan, this is how we live.
Yeah.
This is how we live.
It's not a good life.
Well, Dan, there's one more food thing I'd like to read to you.
Okay.
And this is a quote from a New Yorker article.
All right.
Tom Dans was appointed by Trump as the chair of the United States Arctic Research Commission in December. When I met him for lunch in Washington earlier this year, he declined to speak further on the record, except to articulate a narrow, symbiotic vision for the future. Quote, "My view is that the United States could take all the seafood Greenland could produce and cut out the middlemen and keep it from China, and you could bring back all-you-can-eat shrimp at Red Lobster."
Thank God. Thank God somebody's tackling the real issues.
This is our reality.
Yeah.
These people were not. It really is like a teen caper movie where they were left in charge and they have no idea what to do. What if we all ate sauerkraut and stole all of Greenland's shrimp and took it back to Red Lobster, and you all wear the shoes I picked out for you, and then we'll fix the pool we'll send our friend to fix the pool, and then fuck it, start a war, end it, start it, oh shit.
Yeah, accurate.
How do you feel having read all this?
Honestly, I kind of want some kimchi.
Me too. I'm hungry. I haven't had lunch yet.
Yeah, I might make a kimchi quesadilla for lunch.
Oh, that actually sounds really good.
It's real good.
You can put kimchi in anything.
Yeah, you sure can. Well,
you don't need a lot.
Yeah, but I put in a lot.
I mean, put in a lot. I'm just saying.
At H Mart, you can buy like the small jar, the giant jar, or the like mid-size takes up half your fridge shelf jar. That's the one we buy. Says Who is made possible by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. That's our Patreon, where pretty much every Sunday you get this all over again. because you become a member of a thing that we call the Town Watch. Give it the $5 a month level, throw another $5 on that, and you become a member of the Says Who Sticker Club. It's a great club. You get a great sticker in the mail every month. All of that available to you at patreon.com/sayswho. Our theme music was performed by Ted Leo. Thank you, Ted. Our logo was designed by Darth. You can contact us at sayswhopodcast.com on Blue Sky, at sayswho at omfg.town on Mastodon. You can email it, hey, that is HEY, at sayswhopodcast.com. You can join the discussion on Facebook at /group/sayswhovians. Our Facebook group is moderated by Janice Dillard. If you want to join the fan run Discord server, you can always go to tinyurl.com/sayswhodiscord. Whatever you do, spread the word, subscribe, leave stars and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you listen. And you can join us next week. Or are you going to France? When do you go to France?
No, I'll be here.
Okay. Well, then you can join us next week. That would be the 1st of July.
What?
I know.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, same. For our very next episode from my basement in Chicago, I am Dan Sinker.
And from Allergy Central, I'm Maureen Johnson.
And this has been Says Who. The last time I was at H Mart, I bought some kimchi green onions. Delicious.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, they're real good.
I gotta go eat lunch.